All right, welcome back. We're right back here live on the Broad Street Hockey YouTube, reacting to another trade here. So yeah, Flyers. The big move has come down. Scott Laughton is reportedly on his way to the Toronto Maple Leafs. No word yet on the return, but I'm Ryan Gilbert here once again with Kyle. Kyle, how you feeling?
This one was always going to be bittersweet. Love Scott Laughton. Little peek behind the curtains for the viewers. Last couple days ago, I was prepping for this probably happening, so I was pulling some old clips of him and reading old stories, and it was starting to hit me in my feels a little bit. Felt a little almost like when Giroux left. Probably when I knew he was going to get traded, I was like, man, this is going to feel probably maybe a notch below Giroux, but it was starting to feel a little bit similar. So this is the rebuilds. We kind of all saw it coming, so I've kind of made my peace with it already. But I'm very interested to see what the return is. I'll say that.
Yeah, apparently Scott Laughton is currently on Trade Center via phone, so that's we can't hear that, but that's going to be probably emotional to listen to. Yeah, is that video did you make that already? Is that ready to go live, or are you going to have
No, so as soon as we're done here, I'll throw that together for a more like analysis kind of based thing. So stay tuned for that in a couple hours. Just sort of, looking at the whole thing together.
Oh, from Jacob Stoller here, hearing the Leafs are trading Nikita Grebenkin and a first-round pick for Scott Laughton.
Yeah.
I don't know this.
I'm gonna guess that's
guy. Grebenkin, whatever here.
I don't know, but that's my guess. Nikita, I'm on the Leaf prospects right now.
A Russian 5th-round pick in 2022, has 21 points in 39 games in the AHL this year. Last year in the KHL, had 41 points in 67 games here. We got Thomas in the Broad Hockey Slack saying that he loves him. So yeah, I mean, we traded out a Russian winger, and we got back a Russian winger. I wonder if he's gonna make the roster right away. Does have 7 NHL games, so it would make sense for him to just come up and join the team.
Left winger, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's if Thomas says he loves him, this is clearly a home run.
Yeah, prospects is one area where I'm not necessarily well versed, so I will yield to Thomas's opinion there. So he says he's insane, like a crazy man. So yeah, he's 21. I'm going to be 22 in May. 6'2", left-hand shot. Yeah, 5th-round pick in 2022. That may have just been from. I'm not sure if he's going to come over here, but yeah, Scott Laughton to the Leafs reportedly for a first-round pick, assuming in 2026, and then Nikita Grebenkin here. So,
yeah, I'm also seeing that Alex Appleyard loves it as well. So more good.
Excellent there.
Yeah, that's more good. That's what you want to hear.
Oh, there is Thomas just sent me something to watch on the stream here. Let me present my screen.
It looks like I'm gonna leave prospects.
I remember.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. This guy.
Check, forecheck, and paycheck.
Oh yes,
yeah,
this guy.
Oh, okay. So the trade is Kuzmenko. It's 1 for 1. The trade is 1 for 1.
Yeah, the back check, forecheck, paycheck guy. I remember that now. That is amazing. Speaking of amazing, we have another voice joining us here. My co-host on the Broad Street Hockey Podcast. It is Joe DeMarini. Joe,
woo!
You doing a woo to Scott Laughton being traded? I am shocked.
I am just so glad. Can you hear me? Is my audio?
Yeah, no, you're good. You're
perfect. All right. I am just so glad that we never have to talk about this again. It's done. It's like when Sean Walker got traded last year. Like, it's over. It's finished. We don't have to worry about this anymore.
I don't know, Joe. I can't tell if this is a rebuild.
I don't know. Is this is this a rebuild yet, or are we there yet? Like,
no.
Yeah, and like you were saying before, Kyle. Like, we've had not just weeks or months, but years to process this and prepare ourselves for Scott Laughton being traded. Like, I mean, when he signed that extension, 4 or 5 years ago, like, we thought he was going to be traded last year. If the Flyers weren't in contention, they probably would have been trading him like 2 years ago at the draft. They got 2 first-round pick offers apparently, but
reportedly,
not sure how legit that is, but yeah. So it's been a long time coming, but yeah, it's still sad. It's still sad here to see Scott Laughton go.
So it looks like Nikita Grabenkin, and a first-round pick.
Flyers are also giving back a 4th and a 6th here, according to Darren Dreger. Conditional 2026 first-round pick. So we'll see what that is. Probably like top
50% retention.
Really?
I don't like that at all.
So there's no. We'll have that. That means we have no retention left for the rest of the deadline.
Correct.
But we will have Kuzmenko's retention clear up on July 1st.
But next year we only have 1 slot.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Joe, it sounds like your audio might be a little low.
Yeah,
the chat is saying.
Okay, how about now?
There we go. There we go.
That's better.
For some reason, I don't know what's going on.
You know, you sound louder than you did on the podcast, but I guess it might still be below there. Yeah. Okay. Friedman here saying Flyers keep 50% of Laughton. Toronto gets a 4th and a 6th for Grabenkin and a 1st here. So, you know, we heard Minton, we heard Cowan, and the first I heard of this Russian guy was this morning in Slack when Thomas was talking about him. So, I'm whelmed. I'm satisfied with this deal. We were talking about it at the end of the last stream. This probably right now, if this is it for the Flyers, I give Briere a solid B+, if not better. I need to look more into this guy here, but yeah, I mean, they got a 1st plus more, had to retain, which yeah, like Joe said, I don't love, gave up a 4th and a 6th, whatever, but you got a young prospect. I'm assuming he'll make the NHL right away, if not shortly, and then a 1st-round pick. So
yeah, it's for me, I'd say it's probably a way to look at it is Laughton for a 1st and then a 4th and a 6th for Grabenkin.
Yeah.
And retaining.
And
for retaining that, yeah. So
right.
Yeah.
This definitely, if they're going to trade Risto, it's got to be full value. So
yeah, that does bring that's a good point there, because they don't have any retention slots, and they'll only have 1 next season now with Hayes and Laughton. But if they're going to retain on anybody, it will be Risto. There's no one else they're going to trade that they have to retain on. I don't think.
I'm just reading Appleyard's tweet. Fantastic return in his eyes. Grabenkin is a guy who might get 50 points in the NHL if his upside goes well. Right away, he's about a top 5 Flyers prospect.
Yeah, it looks like Appleyard's just tweeting away about this. He loves it here. Okay, wow, that is fantastic return for Flyers in my eyes. Yeah, 50-point upside. That is beyond my wildest expectation for Laughton. A +++ return. Fantastic playmaker, big body, wins board battles, plus hands. Not rapid, but not a bad skater. Has everything to be a good second liner if he puts it together. So yeah, I mean, if he can play left wing and you got Michkov on the right side and you find a center for him, let's ride.
Do we have what's it called? The conditions on the pick?
I don't know
what it is.
Think so yet.
Yeah,
Also,
if there are any
volume. How we doing? Am I still low?
It's still a little low.
It's still a tad low. Someone said you were good in the chat. We do appreciate if there are any audio difficulties, but yeah, we have to wait to see.
Now.
I thought maybe they would have to wait till after 2 to make it official, but with the retention, maybe not.
Yeah,
we'll see. I do see on his elite prospects, it looks like he won. I can't tell which year, but it looks like he won Rookie of the Year in the KHL, and he's also won the Gagarin Cup over there when he was over in the K as well. He's a winner, clearly.
He's got that veteran presence there as well. He's got that championship experience. You love to see it there. Yeah. Yeah, his scouting report here from 2018 has remarkable stick-handling ability, can get creative to challenge defensemen one-on-one, pretty fast too. That was in 2018. That was 7 years ago. So, I'll trust Appleyard's tweets over that. But this is an exciting young winger that the Flyers, have a bunch of decent young wingers, but I don't know if they have anyone this exciting with this much upside if this is truly what he could be.
Do you think he plays immediately? Like, do you think he'll be in the game tomorrow?
Maybe not this weekend, but I think he'll start in the NHL. I mean, I don't see why not.
Are we happy with this over Fraser Minton?
I don't know enough about the prospects. I think I would prefer a center back. Just if they're equal over prospects, I would prefer the center. But yeah, not disappointed.
Yeah.
Here, Gilbs, I'm gonna put in the Slack for you. I just took a screenshot of Scott Wheeler's most recent write-up about him on the in his prospect pool rankings. He ranks Grabenkin, it looks like 5th or 6th in his in their pipeline. So I'll get that to you in a sec.
Is that from the Athletic there? That one?
Yeah, from the Athletic. So it's Wheeler's most recent one. Where I got to see where I downloaded it to.
So that's that's behind. I've got it up here. Cowan behind Minton, Ben Danford, the guy we heard. Then Oli and Hildeby, Renkin. Yeah, maybe the best story in the Leafs prospects pool last 3 seasons. He says drafted overager, 5th round, played in the top 6 for 2 different KHL teams, scored top of his age bracket, behind only first rounders like Yurov and Michkov. Made a strong impression in his first camp and early in the AHL season. So, yeah, 6'2", got some decent size there for the Flyers. They are missing some size on the wing. So, I do quite. The more I hear about this, the more I read about this guy. I'm liking it more and more.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, we've joked about getting all of the Russians, and now we are getting all of the Russians.
Yeah, we got a comment in the chat here from Rovin Singh. Grebenkin fits the Flyers better than the Leafs. Very exciting player. Does just about everything and has size here. So once I get the pronunciation down, I will love this trade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see on Elite Prospects the way it's spelled is Grebionkin, but it's AKA Grebenkin. For those of you for the phonetic sticklers out there.
Hey, until Jim Jackson says it live on a broadcast, that's the pronunciation I always go with, is whatever JJ says.
Yeah, you got to wait for JJ. And speaking of Flyers announcers, like I've noticed Lou Nolan these past few games. I love Lou Nolan, but there's been some away players scoring or getting assists that he's struggled with saying their last names. So, yeah, we'll see what JJ is. When will he play? We're getting questions here in the chat. I mean,
top 10 protected.
Top 10 protected.
Pierre LeBrun just tweeted Leafs 2026 first is top 10 protected. I don't think we'll have an issue with that unless Marner leaves, in which case,
no, they still have Matthews. They still have Stoller, the goalie. They'll be fine unless there's major injuries there.
Yeah.
So do we think this is it? Do we think there's going to be a Zamula trade, Paling trade? Risto possibly, or do we think this is Danny getting done? I mean, Danny's getting the 2 clear pieces out of the way now, so he has 2 hours to maybe get creative.
I mean, yeah, there's still 2 hours. We'll see. Like Reeves is gonna come off their cap hit a little bit, at least, at 2:00. I could see a team picking him up. I'd be kind of surprised if they do, but I think there's still room for players to go. It feels a bit to me like as much as teams and GMs want to say that they don't do this, they absolutely do react to other trades that happen in their division. And they look at who they might play in the first round. And the Leafs probably look at the rest of the East playoff picture. And if they think they could have an easier path to the Eastern Conference Finals by overpaying to make sure that they're the number one seed, they still can.
Yeah, the Leafs still need to add, I think. I mean, I love Scott Laughton, but he's a 3C. He's not anything close to, what Tampa and Florida have and can still add for.
Also, all you crazy people out there have crashed BroadStreetHockey.com.
Yeah,
It's a 502 bad gateway. That is wild. You guys are true sickos out there.
Scott Laughton trade has brought down the website there. So, Joe, we talked about this last live stream you weren't on. What do you think about the rumors, rumblings, whispers around Zamula and Paling?
I don't think they're gonna do it. Like, maybe they'll recuperate like the 4th round pick they just traded for Zamula, but I don't see the reason to do that personally. If someone gives you a good offer or they're part of a larger package, then sure.
Like, your mic is low again, apparently. If you wanna,
God damn it! I'm talking right into it. Like, how is this possible? But no, it's my hot take is that the Flyers are going to flip one of the 1st round picks today, not the Toronto one, but one of the Edmonton or Colorado ones to make a trade. Yeah,
Trevor Zegras.
I mean,
Dylan Cousins and Josh Norris have both been traded, so I don't know what other centers are out there.
Hey, potential update. I haven't seen the tweet yet, but I'm in a Discord, and someone has said that LeBron is saying that it's actually a 2027 1st round pick.
Oh, he did correct himself. That's still fine by me.
No, it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that's news to me.
Yeah. Do we know which 4th and 6th round picks the Flyers traded? Are they from this season or are they from a future year?
I don't think we know yet.
Yeah, I don't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels like I feel like I don't know if it's because people have migrated so much to Blue Sky, but I feel like trying to decipher what trades are these days, even for the insiders, is for some reason impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got Trade Center up on my TV behind me, and that's why I keep glancing over my shoulder, is because I'm like seeing if there's any new updates. But they're just talking about Dylan Cousins.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised we're not talking more about Laughton because the Leafs there are the main team in Canada. So yeah, 2027 1st. Maybe that's more likely to potentially be a top 10, but I guess that's fine. You have more assets to use. Maybe that opens up an offer sheet if you got to use your own 1st round pick. Like, yeah,
yeah, I do see the tweet from LeBron. It is a 27.
Yeah. I wonder if the Leafs are saving their 26 for a Risto trade.
I just saw Merrick just posted about the Rantanen. Sounds like the basis for the return for Mikko Rantanen when they get the deal done will be Logan Stankoven and 2 1st round picks.
Wow.
Ooh.
Look, hats off to Tulsky. When they made that trade, he said, we're prepared for him to not sign. And boy, are they prepared for him to not sign. They just picked up 2 firsts and a good prospect. Or is Stankoven still a prospect?
Stankoven,
young player.
I mean, he's a rookie. He's a good young roster player that can. I don't know much about his style, but I feel like he probably fits Carolina's style better than Rantanen does. I wonder how the Avs are feeling about this though. Like they got Natchez and Drury for him. That's probably a better fit there than giving Stankoven a 2 firsts. But I mean, great job there by a former Broad Street Hockey writer and commenter, Dr. T.
Dr. T.
Yeah, I see the TSN graphic for the Laughton trade. As of right now, it just reads there's no years ahead of the 4th and the 6th. So my assumption is that means they're this year. But
if this draft is as weak as like the pundits are saying, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, we have as of now 7 picks in the 1st 2 rounds.
Two rounds.
I could live with losing a 4th and a 6th.
Exactly.
Yeah, just trade all the 4th round or later picks, so our guys can just draft through the second round and then enjoy their weekend.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so this will clear up. I mean, what is Laughton's cap hit? 3. So that clears up another 1.5 mil for the summer.
Yeah, makes 1.5 more million that you can offer to Wyatt Johnston, or go big game hunting here, because this is a rebuild. It's clearly a rebuild now. Danny Briere, I'm not sure what the haters are going to have to say about this deadline, but so far so good.
Yeah. Third round pick for Kuzmenko. I know you guys already talked about it, but that's good value. I'll take that.
Yeah. So now they've traded Frost, Farabee, and Laughton for a second, Pelletier, a third, a first, and this Grebekin guy. So I mean that's a pretty good clear out there. I think we don't have to go too much longer here. We're going to go live after the deadline, possibly right at 3, possibly at 4. I think likely 4, just so we can have some reaction to Briere's press conference. I'm assuming it's going to be right at 3 or 3:30, something like that. So yeah, we'll be able to discuss the trade deadline as a whole. Maybe look at what they gave out, what they got back. Maybe see anything else that happens. So any final thoughts here on the Scott Laughton deal?
Bring your happy hour drinks to the stream, folks. That's what we're planning for.
Yeah, we're gonna need it.
Pour one out for Scooty Lutz, and look forward to a new potential best friend for Gritty.
Yeah.
I like that he's missing his 2 front teeth. Berube has to be thrilled right now that he got Scott Laughton. I know that Laughton isn't Luke Shen or Brock Nelson, so there's, he's not going to give you the same impact as that. But Laughton is I don't know how their penalty kill is, but he's really good on the penalty kill. So at the very least, he's going to add value to that. And our penalty kill is going to take a hit.
Yeah, which is fine. This is going to help the tank a little bit, because the Flyers, we're seeing these past few games, especially last night against the Jets, what good teams are and what bad teams are. And the Flyers have a lot of games left against some pretty good teams. So maybe the Flyers can drop down into the 8-7-6 pick range there.
Yeah,
they're already at 7.
Yeah. And I mean, Laughton being off the PK opens up a spot to see if someone else can be good on the PK. I don't know if Pelletier does PK stuff, but I've noticed he's pretty active on the forecheck. Could be something to slide him into. I don't know anything really about Grebenkin. I can't imagine it would be something they would toss him into this year, but we've got control of him, so we'll definitely see going forward who could step up into that Scott Laughton role.
Yeah. I want to see Owen Tippett on there a little bit more. He's got that speed. It'd be a lot of fun to see him and TK on a breakaway.
Yeah, but I wonder if they just go to use Couturier more, because I mean, at center you got Cates and you got Paling, but I don't know if they're going to use Rodrigo Abels, if that's who they call up to play 4C or 3C or whatever. So we'll see what they do. We'll see who they bring up and what the roster is for Saturday and Sunday. That should be pretty interesting to see. So we have exciting times ahead. It's a rebuild. They're selling. We got new young players to watch. So all right. Oh, what?
Thomas is hearing Besser to Carolina.
That's interesting.
So, but we're for them. We're not a Vancouver or North Carolina based pod/website/ YouTube channel. So I feel like we could sweep that one up in the happy hour.
Yeah. So join us, subscribe Broad Street Hockey on YouTube, like and read broadstreethockey.com. I see the website is back up, or was back up a few minutes ago. So check that out there. And we'll be back here at 4:00 or in 5 minutes when they make another trade.
Yep. See you guys later.
See you guys.